Mia, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, nice to meet you all. Uh, I'm not always in these meetings because at this hour, I have to put the kids to sleep. But today, because I was one of the first ones to try the pen, I'm going to present it to you. I was talking to Arjoyce one day and she showed me what she had in her center and she showed me the pen. And I said, yay, I want a pen because I do have expensive pens and healthy kind of, but the problem was that they were hard to use. So I wanted a non-stick pen that is also healthy. So I'm going to share my screen and share with you what I learned about the pen, how it felt using it, and in the end, if you have any questions, I'm going to try and answer. I've only been using it for the last month or 2, 3 weeks. I don't know for sure. Arjoyce, maybe you know better.
I think 2 to 3 weeks, Mia.
2, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But even my husband loves it, so it's really nice. So, uh, okay. Can you see my presentation? I think you can
Yes.
now. Okay, so it's a healthy one, as I said. Um, I had non-stick pans before. I'm sure all of you had at least one. And as you can see in the image, this is what happens in time with these kind of pens. They get scratched, and I knew that that's not healthy. But when I started to read about it, right now I realize how unhealthy it was. Because we usually we hear something from someone, but we don't really pay attention to it. But honestly, starting reading about those kind of pens, I realized how much harm I did to myself, my health, my family. So I know there are other pens that are healthy, like the stainless steel, but they are hard to use. So with this pen, you can be like let me see what happened here. Okay. I just got an email and okay, so uh yeah, I had other pans, but I'm not the best cooker ever. So I don't have the master chef cooking skills. But with this pan, uh, I can guarantee that everyone can do eggs without burning them and to look good and to taste good. So that was the first thing for me that made me want to buy it because I knew it's gonna be easier. I cook every day for the kids, so we don't have a microwave, so I really needed a good pan because I also heat the food in what we have. So for me, it was a must. But the bad thing about these pans that we have, the non-stick ones, the Teflon pans, is that they are stick together with plastic as adhesive. There are more layers, and the problem is that they use plastic to stick together the coatings. So if we cook in those pans with high heat, high acid, those pans will release chemicals named PFAS. And the problem was that the studies made on these kind of showed that we have these chemicals in newborn, that 90% of the pregnant women are exposed to this. And the problem is that in time they can lead to bad health like cancer and other health problems. So this is a very serious thing. And also what I read and I was shocked was the thing that they are called forever chemical because it's not like when you have cholesterol and you can take omega-3 to get it lower. With these chemicals, it's very hard to kick off the body. So with the age, the tests show that the concentration in our blood increases. So as we age, we are more prone to have cancer or any other disease that these kind of chemicals lead us to. So for me, it was a shock, honestly, because it's just a pen, you know. We use it every day, and we never think that it will mix with our food, like the bad stuff. So some of us use sharp metals, but that's not the only way to get this pen stretch, because I had this kind of pen and I never used like sharp objects to stir the food. But because the quality is not as good, that they are stick together with adhesives, they get scratched by the high heat, by the salt in our food, by the way we wash them. So yeah, that's why I love the Atomy, because I could see how I can use this pen to make it better, you know, for longer time. So we have three kind of pans. There's a wok, a smaller pan, 24 centimeters, and a frying pan that's 28 centimeters. I have the 28. I also want to buy the lid because I think it will be way better. So before opening it, I just wanted to see how to take care of it. So the first time I used it, I used oil or butter. You can do that. I said the first time I try it, I don't want to burn anything in there. So we used the oil. But then I saw that I can do eggs, for example, without any oil, and it's not gonna stick. So the food I used to heat in other pans that used to be sticky and brown there, it doesn't with this pan. But the first time you should wash it, you can wash it with a mild detergent or just with water, and then use a paper towel or something like that, and it's easy. When you use it, for me, as I tested, you need a lower heat. So that's great, because even if you cook with butter, it won't turn brown, you know. The brown thing, that's the one that's unhealthy when we fry oils, you know. That really brown crust, it makes us unhealthy. So in this pan you can use butter and it's not gonna burn. You have to use it on a lower heat, and that's also great because you're gonna save energy and all that. So as I said, you have to use a mild detergent. You have to allow the pan to cool before you wash it if you want to use it for longer period of time. You have to use soft cooking utensils, but this is for all the pans. And I think you can use anything that won't scratch the pan. But as I can see, the material is pretty strong and solid, so it's kind of hard to scratch it. I previously had 2 ceramic pans that were scratched like in a few weeks. And as I said, I didn't use sharp materials, sharp utensils to stir the food. Okay. So why Atomy coated pans? Because they made tests and there were no heavy metals detected when using the pans and no PFAS. The ones that I told you about, that there are the chemicals that we're not gonna get rid so easy. So yeah, this was one of the best argument for using the pans, even with high temperatures. But we're not gonna we don't have to use them with high temperature, but even in high temperatures, there are no heavy metals detected. So that was a huge plus. As you can see here, you can compare to other pans like the Teflon and others, you can use only a low temperature and the food will be the best. They also have the best design. They're non-stick. They will. I'm sure you're gonna love this pen. Okay, so there are so many reasons you have to choose this pen, but I want to talk only about a few of them. So the first one is that the company that does this pen, it's the best Korean manufacturers in South Korea. So Atomy choose the best, as they do always. Absolute quality, absolute price. They also wanted to get a small price for it. So this technology, as we are used to, like the high technology, it's a 9-layer coating, 7 layers of ceramic coating. So and this kind of coating and technology, it's only used when they do Atomy pens. So there's no other pen with this technology. This is the last one, the 8th. So I was also impressed by this because it's the only place you can find it in Atomy. Also, they did tests, as I said. They tested for 224 substances as listed to very high in concern for diseases, and it was negative. And they also tested for 183 types of PFAS. In Europe, there is a project now to ban this kind of pens, and all the products that will lead in high temperature to these chemicals. So that's the project for future. And the long-term durability, they did the 1 million abrasion resistance tests. So that's great because they wanted to test everything, and they know for sure that it will last in time. And also the integral casting method. So I told you that with the other pens, that the layers are stick together with adhesives. It's not the case of this pen. So this is a pen that is it's solid, and it doesn't. The first layer, you're not gonna get into the adhesive. You're gonna get to the next layer of ceramic. So that's what makes it way better. You can use it with high heat, but as I said, it's not needed, and you want to use it longer. Solid materials, they use natural minerals, stones, so that's also a plus. It's easy to clean, and I can tell you that sometimes I only use a paper towel and that's it. And it's resistant to heat deformation, so that's also a plus. Because I know you all have pens at home that after a year, they don't look as good as in the beginning. So I'm going to tell you in 1 year how this will stay. And also another thing that I was impressed is the oil road application. So it has a design, it has a texture. It's also for using minimal oil. But it's also so that the food won't touch as much surface to the pan, like to keep it in as less contact we can with the pan. So that's even great because you only have the heat. So this is a very clever design, and it was everybody appreciated this because it's a new technology and it seems like effective. And I want to show you a video of me doing eggs with this pen. I wanted to do another one, but it was too late, and I only have the first one that I sent to Arjoyce. So this is it. I hope you can see it. So as you can see, no oil here and nothing. It's not sticky at all. And it's not burned, it's not brown. So it's really great. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna try and do this with meat and everything, but I was so busy. For me, it was very important to find a good pan, like for health reasons, for my kids. I also did a microbiome test for my son, and it was explicitly said there not to use, not to fry with oils because it's not good for his microbiome. So I was looking for a pan, like a healthy one that I can cook in that I can cook without oils. So yeah, for me it was great. So thank you. If you have questions, I'm here.
Wow, thank you very much, Mia, for sharing the information about our Atomy non-stick ceramic pan. So let us give Mia a big round of applause, everyone. Thank you for the
Bravo.
very information information, yeah, is that a word? Yeah. So Mia, I really love the information that you shared to us. Now I'm really curious to try the Atomy non-stick pan. Believe me or not, I haven't tried it yet myself, because every time I have it in stock, it goes away like wind.